The walls that learned my name. All right, I don't usually tell this one, mostly because people laugh halfway through. They always do, right up until they stop. So, the orphanage was called St. Bridget's Home for Unwanted Children. Yeah, I know. That name alone should have been a warning. It was old, like tired old. The kind of building that feels like it's been watching you longer than you've been alive. The walls were thick, too thick, and the air always smelled like bleach and something else, something damp, something patient. I got there when I was 7. No explanation, no goodbye, just a woman with a clipboard who held my hand like she was afraid I'd stain her. She walked me inside and didn't even ask my name. I learned pretty fast that questions weren't welcome at St. Bridget's. Silence was safer. The screams started on my 3rd night. At first I thought I was dreaming. You know that half-awake state where sounds don't feel real? But then I heard it again. Help me. Yeah, like that. I sat straight up in bed, heart racing. The dorm was dark, 20 other kids asleep, no movement, no footsteps. Then the voice came back, closer this time. Please, help me. It wasn't coming from the hallway. It wasn't outside. It was coming from the wall next to my bed. I pressed my ear against it, cold brick, rough, solid, and the sound got clearer, like the wall was breathing. There's no light here, the voice whispered. They sealed us in. I screamed. That did not help my reputation. The next morning, Sister Margaret sat me down, hands folded, smile glued on, eyes like dead leaves. Old buildings make noise, she said. You mustn't invent stories. I told her it knew my name. She didn't like that. After that, the word crazy followed me everywhere. The kids stopped sitting near me, the adults watched me like I might break something important, like reality. But the screams didn't stop. They came every night. Sometimes it was one voice, sometimes dozens. Men, women, kids, crying, begging, screaming until their voices turned wet. I tried counting once, got to 43 before I couldn't anymore. Eventually, I started answering them. I don't know how to help, I whispered one night. I'm just a kid. The wall pulsed under my hand. Neither were we. Punishments got worse after that. Locked rooms, scrubbing floors, doctors asking questions they already decided the answers to. Everyone avoided me. Everyone except Thomas. He was small, nervous, always looking at corners like something might step out of them. One day at lunch, he leaned over and whispered, I hear them too. My stomach dropped. That night, I dragged him to my bed. We pressed our ears to the wall together. The voice was already there. You brought another, it said. Good. We're running out of room. Thomas screamed. By morning, his bed was empty. They said he'd been transferred. The wall laughed all night. Years passed. I grew older, quieter, meaner in my head. The voices started explaining things. They buried us alive. They said God would forgive them. They said no one would hear. And I started noticing things. Walls thicker than they should be, doors to nowhere, hallways that felt longer at night. One night, the wall whispered something new. You were born here. I told it that was impossible. It didn't argue. You never left. Memories started leaking in. Hospital lights, screaming nuns, hands pulling me away from something warm and alive. You were the only one they didn't put inside. I asked what that meant. The wall cracked. Not broke. Opened. Behind it wasn't empty space. It was depth. Endless layers of faces. Bones fused into brick. Eyes staring. Mouths screaming my name. St. Bridget's wasn't built. It was fed. Sister Margaret found me standing there. You see it now, she said. No smile this time. She told me the truth. Too many children, too many sins. The walls were consecrated to contain suffering. But you, she said softly, stepping closer, you listened. The wall moved. Hands reached out, not grabbing, inviting. They raised you, she said, prepared you. For what? I asked. To replace us. They say the fire burned for 3 days. They say nothing survived. They're wrong. I'm still here. Not like you think. The orphanage didn't die. It learned. It spread. Brick by brick, building by building. I'm the sound you hear when the walls settle at night. I'm the reason they know your name. And soon, you'll help us grow.